What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Ronza, and I am back with another video. Okay, so sorry it took me like 2 to 3 weeks to make another video, but I've been working and stuff like that. So sorry for the delay, but I am back and I'm gonna try to upload as much as I can. So anyway, with that being said, I just thought about doing something different. I've been watching Netflix and I've been watching the Beyonce homecoming, video that she has on there. So let me just say this. I am a part of the Beehive. I love Beyonce ever since I was yay high, when she was in Destiny's Child, whatever the case was. I loved Beyonce. She's always been that girl for me. So watching the Beyonce homecoming on Coachella, what she did with Coachella, I was amazed. Well, let me say, I saw it was 2 hours long. Every time I try to watch it at home, I will fall asleep. So I was, like, no, I can't fall asleep during this or whatever. So I just happened to watch it when I'm at work. And when I tell you, when I watched that, I was so proud to be black. Oh my God, like, that thing was amazing, from the outfits to just how she was just dancing all together. And just to learn that it took her 8 months of rehearsals to perform for only 2 hours, that is dedication right there. That just made me be like, girl, come on with the YouTube. Like, this is something you want to do. This is something you want to succeed in. Why you keep putting off videos every day to, work, or, I mean, yeah, I gotta do that, but, just to do other activities. So, like I said, I'm gonna try to upload as much as I can now. So we opened up with, her, saying, hey, Coachella, whatever. And she did a lot of, she had like literally a live HBCU band. She had a lot of like step dancers, a lot of, people that she handpicked to be with her on this journey. And just to know that she literally just gave birth. Well, she was supposed to perform the year before, so she performed last year, so 2018 at Coachella. So she was supposed to headline 2017, but she got pregnant with the twins, Romy and Sir. So she got pregnant with the twins unexpectedly. She showed footage of that, and just to know that this lady had, I think she developed she said she developed some type of like pregnancy disease or something like that, where she had to have emergency C-section. So just to know that she did that, and you're supposed to take at least 6 weeks. I think the minimum is 6 weeks to heal from a C-section. I don't have kids, so I don't know. But I think the minimum is 6 weeks to heal from a C-section. She literally had a C-section. I think she only healed for like 3 to 4 weeks. I could be wrong, but I think it's 3 to 4 weeks. Went and did Coachella, put herself on a strict diet because she weighed 218 when she gave birth to the twins. When I tell you, she put herself on a no sugar, no carb, only water, vegetables diet. She pushed herself to the limit just so she can be good for this performance. When I tell you that is dedication, honey, that is dedication. I couldn't see myself, I'm on my weight loss journey now, but just to push myself to that limit, like, that is crazy. And for a 2-hour performance, that is dedication. She said she'll never do it again, but for this particular, performance, she saw it necessary for her to do that. So, hats off to you, Beyonce. I couldn't do it. I'm doing step by step, little by little, because my body's not used to just cutting everything out of one time. So I'm just taking my journey step by step. You're good for that. So hats off to you. So yeah, so she put herself on a strict diet. She literally had different, she like had 4 months of practice with, how she cut it up. I know it's 8 months altogether. But I'm trying to remember. I think she had like 4 months of rehearsal with the band, and then she had like 4 months with her dancers, and then she just put it together towards the end. Or did she have like 2 months of each, then put it towards like 4 months of this, well, 2 months of this, 2 months of this, and then the rest, you know, practically. I forgot how she cut it up, but she did it separately first, and then she put it together in the end. Like, she was so strategic of how she wanted to do her performance. It was crazy. Like, when I tell y'all, like, she was so, you could tell she's a perfectionist, and it shows. And her performances, like, you can tell that she put a lot of work and dedication into her performances, because, you know, I haven't seen her live, and I wish I would have by now, seeing I'm such a big fan of hers. But you could just, from clips and, you know, stuff that she has out, and, you know, just concerts you see on TV, you can tell she's A1 about her craft. So, you know, that's dedication. I love that about her. Yeah, so with that, you know, hats off to her about that part, that, you know, it really took 8 months to practice for a 2-hour performance. And she was very, you know, particular about where she wanted placement, and where, you know, every detail. She paid attention to every detail on the costumes and stuff like that. So that was more behind the scenes stuff. And like, literally, it was a 2-hour documentary, or, you know, film, as she called it. But it was like really like 20 minutes, like maybe between 10 and 20 minutes of just background footage. But how it was so well put together, you would never think that it was only that, you know, that minimal of background footage of the, you know, whatever. So you only see like maybe a few glimpses of Jay-Z. She shows Blue Ivy. There was a part where Blue was singing, like Beyonce was telling her what to sing, like in her ear, and then, you know, she was singing. So I believe she's gonna grow up to be a performer as well. Seeing that both her parents are, I don't know about the twins, obviously, because they're probably like, what, going to be 2 this year, so obviously we don't know about them yet. But Blue was coming to her own. You could tell she's the one that bosses everybody around so far in the family. She's the sassy one in the family, you could tell. Let me see. So we saw glimpses of Jay-Z. He really didn't like talk or anything like that. You just saw like, it was more like background stuff of, you know, him watching the performance, or him watching, you know, everybody rehearse, and, you know, him maybe giving his input here or there. But he didn't play no real big part. He did perform with her. I believe they performed Deja Vu, if I'm not mistaken. But she did perform all the songs, a lot of her songs with that she had with him. Like, she did Crazy in Love and stuff like that. But I think he only came out for Deja Vu. And I don't remember he came out for Drunk in Love also, but he did come out for Deja Vu. So he did that much. So you had that. She did bring out Destiny Child. They did Soldier. I think that's the only song they came out for, was Soldier or whatever. So she did come out, so she did bring out Destiny Child, which was good to see. And I was watching, actually, let me bring up this point. I was watching a podcast with Kev on Stage and Doughboy, right? It's called Righteous and Ratchet. And I'm a Patreon. Well, I signed up for them on Patreon. So, you know, I pay, I think it's like $5. I think the minimum is like $5. So I'm not boiling like that. So, but I do like their content. So, you know, I do get my $5 a month to watch the bonus stuff that they, you know, that they put out. So I don't remember if this was a bonus episode, which I think it was. But they compared Michael Jackson and Beyonce. But I'm not going to do that comparison, because I don't think there's a comparison. I believe Michael Jackson is in his own lane. Beyonce's in her own lane. They're both really good entertainers. I believe my top 3 performers, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Chris Brown. Boom. Those are my top 3. Nobody can change my mind about that. So anyway, so I was watching, you know, their podcast, and about the Homecoming DVD also. Well, sorry, Netflix special also. And Kev on Stage said something that I think was a good point about how particular Beyonce is. Did you know, well, if you haven't watched it, you know, I'm not going to have any spoilers, but if you didn't watch it, she did for 2 nights. So say if like Friday and Saturday, or Sunday and Saturday and Sunday. 2 nights, right? They literally flipped back and forth between both performances. So it wasn't like you were just watching one performance. You were watching clips of both performances, right? Just for them to do that, to edit it the way they edited it, she literally had to be in the same spot, in the same position each night. So say for instance, she was like standing in the middle of the stage and she had her hand on her hip like this and had her head like that. She literally had to be that exact same way the next night for them to edit it the way they did, because they kept flipping back and forth. And only way you could tell that they flipped, because she had one night she had on yellow crop top sweater, and then the next night she had like a hot pink one, and then her hair was also different. In the yellow it was like parted in the middle, you know, fully out, and then when she was in the pink she had like a little, you know, ponytail at the top. So just for them to edit it the way they edited it, that just shows you that Beyonce is she's the GOAT, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. She's the greatest. I'm not just saying that because I'm part of the Beehive, but she's the greatest. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, so she had, so that just brings me into the outfits. So the outfits that Beyonce had that night, they were very HBCU. You know, her first outfit with the shorts and the boots. They were very HBCU. Then she had one night she had like a black like leotard, and the next time she had like a silver leotard, and then she had the ultimate queen. I think that was in the beginning. She had like the cape with the leotard and a crown looking thing. I think that might have been in the beginning. But for most of the performance, she had the crop top with the shorts. They were cute. And then, you know, she also brought out Solange. So the only people she brought out was Michelle and Kelly, Jay-Z, and Solange. And she danced to Get Me Bodied with Solange. That little breakdown where they say, touch your heel, touch your toes, there's the scissor legs. That part. That's the part she brought out Solange. And let me tell you, Solange danced the same way that she did in that video. I remember she was the one with most of the energy in that video, and the same energy she had in that video is the same energy she had at that Coachella performance. I was like, this girl she just got too much energy for me. But anyway, so that's neither here nor there. So anyway, so I did who she guest starred with. Well, who was her guest, her outfits. The performance itself was spectacular. I wish I was there. I was like, everybody that was there was just, oh my God, Beyonce. And you know what makes me think, like, whoever is not African American, who won't understand the culture of being at an HBCU school, even if you didn't go to one, you know the importance of being in that part of that university, or, you know, whatever it is, just being part of that culture. It's like how important them type of schools are to our community. It's like, were they really understanding the message that Beyonce was trying to give in her performance, and her having it the way that she had it? You know what I mean? It's like for the Caucasian kids, and, you know, anybody who's not African American descent, or, you know, just knows about HBCUs, who hasn't gone but know about them, or even kids that went to HBCUs, do they know, like, how important that performance is? Like, do they know why she did that the way she did it? Because, like, she was the first black female to headline Coachella. So for her to be the first black female to headline it, and then on top of that, big ups the, like, shout out the HBCUs and all that stuff during her performance. Like, she legit had like a whole step show during her performance also, which was crazy. I'm like, what can this woman not do? Like, she included everything that, if you went to a historically black college, everything that you would experience there, she included in that 2-hour performance, which was crazy. And her main thing was because that's the type of school she wanted to go to, with HBCU. So yeah, it was hats off to her, man. I wish I was an entertainer so I could, you know, even try to even come close to that. Like, that's always been a dream of mine, to, you know, be in entertainment business like that. But you know, it is what it is. So I'm trying to think, did I leave anything out? She did her diet, the performances, costumes. I don't think I left anything out. It was just an overall good performance. Everybody she handpicked to be in there. She had the band. The set design was, you know, was strategic to how she wanted it. I covered everything. Yeah, so like I said before, shouts out to Beyonce. You did that, girl. Okay, you did that. I will highly recommend watching it if you haven't already. I just told my friend who did my hair for me last night. Um, it was me, her, and her mom watching it, and well, we weren't watching it, but we were talking about it. And she's like, "Oh no, I haven't watched it yet because I didn't want to, fall asleep. I want to like sit down and actually watch it." I'm like, "Girl, make sure you do, because that movie that film right there is gonna break records." Okay, and then on top of that, she actually put out the album, streamed the album to the that goes with the movie. But even though it's all songs that we already heard, like she did "Crazy in Love," all the songs that she performed that night is recorded live on that album. So you guys go check that out. Also, even though it's already songs we heard before, it actually is different listening to it. Her actually singing it live like that. So I have it on my phone, and I downloaded it as soon as I saw it was on there. Because, Beyonce really doesn't put a lot of stuff on Apple Music. She puts more stuff on, like, Tidal and stuff like that. And I don't have Tidal. So, and also, if you didn't have the Lemonade album, it's also on Apple Music. You cannot stream it, but you can purchase it, which I did. Because that's the only album I didn't have was a Lemonade album, because she had it on Tidal. And I didn't have Tidal. So I went, when I saw that Lemonade was actually on it, I jumped on it, I bought it. I've been listening to Lemonade ever since. I'm trying to think what else. Am I forgetting anything? I don't think I am. Oh, let me talk about this. Okay, real quick. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about with this. Okay, so there was a big issue. People saying, because Ariana Grande is headlining Coachella this year. So people are saying that, oh, she getting paid $8 million and Beyonce got paid $4, or whatever the case is. So basically everybody's mad because they're saying that Beyonce was paid less than Ariana Grande, that is false. Okay? They're both paid the same thing. Whoever reported that, they reported it wrong. So what happened was they both got paid $8 million. They're both performing only 2 nights. They both got paid $4 million for each night they performed. So they both got 8 out of the deal, right? But listen to this. If you think about it, unless, Ariana Grande got some stuff in the works with Netflix or whatever the case is, Beyonce actually came out on top with that deal because she has the rights and everything to her stuff on Netflix. So Netflix is going to pay an arm and a leg for that. Right, because think about it, they got Kevin Hart, they got everybody on a platform right now. So Beyonce actually got more money for the CD release and for the Netflix special. Beyonce did it, bruh. So she actually came out, she actually got a better deal out of it than Ariana Grande, unless Ariana got something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. But Beyonce actually got a better deal out of it if you really think about it. So, yeah, so with that being said, guys, I am signing off. Let me not say that. I give Beyonce Homecoming Coachella performance a 5 out of 5 stars. Okay? I highly recommend watching it. Check it out. If you don't have Netflix, you go ahead, go on somebody's account and get it. You start your own account and do it. If you haven't watched it already, I highly suggest watching it. Sorry, I got my tongue tied. I highly suggest watching it. So anyway, so that's my rating. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in another video. Deuces.